Okay, so we are on the other side. It's Lukan Online here on the Beat London 103.6 FM. And as I did tell you, I'm going to be joined by my special guest of the day, and she's here. She's in the building. So as usual, I always like my special guests to introduce themselves. So Miss Special Guest, please introduce yourself to those listening to the radio right now.
Hey yo, this is Stush.
Jeez. Thank you. How are you doing, Stush? How are you doing?
I am very well, thanks. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thanks. You know what? You're the second person to ever ask me that. No one ever asked me. Seriously, no one ever asked me.
Rude people.
Yeah, no one cares. So we were kind of having a conversation off air. So I'm glad to have you here because I was worried that you wouldn't come.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely happy to have you here.
That is crazy.
So what's been happening? It's been a long time. This morning, when I was just going through stuff, I thought, oh, it's been a long time. Let me just check how long it's been. It's been 6 years since I've actually even seen you.
Wow.
Because I don't ever bump into you, so it's like 6 years.
But where are you? Are you in South though?
I'm in South.
What?
I'm in South.
You're not about this.
I'm not. Listen, I'm in my car.
You're in your car.
Wherever I'm going, I'm there, and in my car, and I'm home. Like literally, you don't see me on roads.
You're not in Heath. Like if it was in Heath, I'd see you in Heath.
You would see me in Heath if I was in Heath.
No, I'm joking.
But I don't know. I thought you were from Brixton.
No, this is the second time someone has said this to me in like 2 days.
Yeah, I always thought you were from Brixton.
No.
Okay.
Big up my Brixton peeps though, but no.
Big up Brixton.
But do you know where I'm originally from?
Go on.
Shepherd's Bush.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what do you mean?
Sorry about that.
Loftus Road, mate.
Loftus
QPR
Road.
Stadium,
Come on.
right next door to
Are you a football fan?
I am.
Who do you follow?
Liverpool.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's forget that.
So maybe that.
You look like a Liverpool fan. Do you
What does that look like?
No, do you ever find that you can look at people? So here's the thing.
Go on.
Really random conversation now, but when I look at people, I can normally tell what team they support because I look at them and I see the colour of the team.
Right.
I normally see, but you.
So I look red.
You look like Liverpool. Right. Honestly, you look like a Liverpool fan.
Well, it's been like embedded, into me since I was a kid. So,
I see it, but I don't know why. Because you should be a QPR fan. That's the rule.
I should.
But
my uncle was like.
Is he disappointed that you're not?
Well, no. It's like.
Okay.
I follow my brother, innit? My older brother. So that's.
Here's the acid test now. Name me 2 players for Liverpool.
From when?
From now.
I'm not. Don't even try. Do you know what? Anyway.
All right. Fair. Who are you gonna say? John Barnes?
No, I was gonna say everyone thinks that when you're black and you support Liverpool, it's because of John Barnes.
Facts.
But for me, it was actually the Ian Rush milk advert. No, I'm taking a mic. I'll take it.
Aquilin Stanley.
Who are they?
Exactly. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember that. I'm too young. But anyway, right. So Stush, talk to me. So people who don't know who Stush is, who is Stush?
Stush is okay. So this always throws me. Right. I'm a multi-genre. I say rapper, but I'm influenced heavily by reggae and dancehall and hip hop.
Okay.
So that's how I'm able to explain it because I'm multi-genre. So I am across all genres basically.
AKA legend. Come on. Come on. Stush is in the building.
Thank you.
So I've not heard, and it's so funny as well. So before I messaged you and I invited you in and thought that you were going to tell me no, I had actually randomly, honestly, strike me down if I'm lying. Randomly, I thought, you know what? I wonder what Stush is doing. It's like randomly, and I hadn't had any music from you at that point.
Yeah.
And then I think you just randomly popped up, and I thought, oh. That gives me an excuse to invite her in.
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, she's going to say no.
And then I saw you like AG. People chat too much, but yeah, go on.
I know. I think I saw you in AG as well and stuff like that. And then you come up with 2 tracks at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you about that in a minute. And then then I thought, now's my opportunity for her to tell me no. But you came in. I'm glad you did.
Listen, I'm actually calm, you know.
I know you are, but... Yeah.
You see when people sussle, this is what's going behind them sussle pan you.
Sussle. Oh my gosh, I've not heard that word in so long.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
So you got the new music out. I've not heard any music from you in a long time. This is exactly the conversation that we had last time.
Yeah.
So have you been, because I'll tell you what happened last time, you probably don't remember. And I only remember because I went back and had a look at our conversation. I hadn't had music in a long time from you, and then you said, no, that's what people think. But I've been abroad making music, and I think you had music for a movie and for a computer game and
Yeah.
stuff like that at the time.
Yeah.
So we haven't had music from you in a long time until the two new releases now,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Yeah, but what's been happening in the last few years?
So first of all, the only period of time since you see me that I haven't released music was 2022, 2023, I think. And that was partly because of lockdown and yada, yada, yada. Before that, music every year. And after that, I've had a release every year.
Okay.
So, yeah, like I had a release called Do My Ting with Flo Dan. That's done really well.
Yeah.
I had a release in December with Clips, which is another jungle tune called Tell Them. And coincidentally, Tell Them Part 2 is coming out the 11th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, the two track EP with Grey. It's been a month since we released it, and that's doing really well. And yeah, so I've been making music. I think what it is, like, in the UK, if you're not in a certain scene, then you're not. You don't exist in people's minds.
Yeah.
You're not doing. Do you see what I mean? Someone came up to me at a Spoonie show the other day and was like, "Yeah, Stush, man, you're sick. Like, can't wait. Like, you need to do another tune. You know, like Dollar Sign was sick, but you need to do another." Brother, you think I haven't done a tune since 2001? Are we all right?
Yeah.
Are people smoking funny cigarettes? Like, I've been making music, and that's the thing, like, because the music is so saturated now and you've got so many avenues that music's coming out from. If you really want to know what an artist is doing, you need to tap into what they're doing, innit? Like, if you're a diehard fan, you're gonna know that Stush has been doing A, B, C, and D. But obviously the viral moments like the AG, that's gonna make people go, "Oh my gosh, boom, she's there. Like, what has she been doing?" Like, I've been doing bits.
Okay, all right.
I've been doing bits. I've been performing. I've been writing. Yeah, like.
So most people, if they hear your name, they associate you with Dollar Sign.
100%.
That's a legendary song. Always will be. How does it feel to have a legendary song? Like, no matter who comes tomorrow, the day after, and they may make a song and it might blow, and then it's gone, but you will still live on. Like, when their song's forgotten about, your song is still there. Does that ever cross your mind?
I've been having a lot of conversations recently about this because it's a blessing, obviously, and I'm extremely grateful to be able to still be performing like 24 years down the line. Like, Dollar Sign's 25 next year. So it's amazing. I also have been having the conversation that the UK is in a nostalgic chokehold where they like to sit in the past a lot, especially when it comes to music.
Yeah, fair.
And it's like, no disrespect to anyone, like, I find a lot of artists have struggle with this because what I did when I was 12, you don't want to be singing about that when you're in your 40s now. Do you see what I'm saying? So yes, it's beautiful. I get to meet people and their children, and the children are saying, "My mum played that to me when I was growing up." So you've got generations who love the tune, and I always give the performance like it is the first time I've ever performed it. However, it's nice to perform new material. That's how I'll put it.
Fair, okay. So you've got but now you seem, a lot of your music seem to be more drum and bass orientated.
Kind of. For now.
Why is that? Where your heart is, or is that just where you end up?
For me, it's just music is music, innit? Like, some people look at it as, okay, that genre, this genre. Music's just tempos to me, you know. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I won't be on it. But saying that, Deneo came to me and was like, "Stush, I've got a young producer I'd love you to work with. It's on the drum and bass tip." And I said, "You know what? Everyone's been coming to me about getting on drum and bass and jungle." So I was like, and that's what I grew up listening to. My brother's selection of music at the time when I was like 14, jungle. That's what I grew on. So it's not unnatural to me to be on this style of music, if that makes sense. Jungle has a heavy reggae influence and dancehall influence.
Absolutely,
do you know what I mean? A lot of the artists that I loved in dancehall, like Buju Banton, you're on that. Do you know what I mean? Was, even if it was just a remix, I've heard Buju on that, so it's not foreign to me to be on jungle or drum and bass. But at the same time, I think I just do what I want. I think that's what it is. Like, you can't really tame Stush and mold me into what you want. I can wake up tomorrow and say, yeah, do you know what, I'm going to do this gospel track, and there's nothing anyone can say to me. I just do what I like, because I've been restricted enough in my life, especially in my career.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's restricting you though?
Remember, I was held on a record deal for 12 years and didn't get to release music. So now that I'm out of that record deal, I'm going to do whatever I like.
How long have you been out of this record deal?
Since 2014, and I had to start from scratch and build myself back. And the first set of people that were coming to me with tunes were EDM people.
But you've been out of this record deal since 2014.
Yeah.
So where's the restriction?
No,
but I'm 11 years.
But I'm saying I can do whatever I want.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Because that's my mentality.
Yeah.
Like, right, I was held for that long. Now I'm going to do whatever I please, and there's nothing you could say to me. I heard that someone was saying, "Oh, I wanted to do a tune with Stush, but she's too not Stush. What was the word? Experimental."
Okay.
So I was like,
that's good.
I said, that's what I do. Like, I'm not trying to be in your dead mold that you're trying to put me into. Yeah. I'm calm with being experimental. Yeah. And actually, who said I want to do a tune with you?
Oh my God, come on.
Listen. 40 is a wonderful place to be, you know, because the amount of care that I don't give anyone is amazing. I feel a whole new sense of freedom.
Amount of things you don't give.
See, I had to say it in a beautiful way. A euphemism.
I'm more craft, but okay.
Yeah. Do you get me?
Talking of, so funny that I say that Stush being Stush, whatever. I've never asked you, where does the name come from? Because, as we were saying like before we went on air about people not liking other people, people tend to take me wrong, and then I have a lot of enemies for one reason or another. Everyone speaks everyone loves Stush.
Thank you.
So, why the name Stush? Because no one will ever say, "Oh, Stush is too Stush."
Yeah.
So why the name Stush?
Because I never named myself Stush.
Okay.
And I actually tried to fight against that name for so long. that was not. But I needed a new name. Like, my name was Liko Juju.
Oh my
when
days.
I first started out, right?
Okay.
Because my name's Jules, right? And then my teacher at Brit School was like, no.
You're in Brits? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was a dancer at Brit.
Okay.
So he was like, no, you need to come with a new name. And I was like, because Juju is not where we're trying to go with this. So, but I was a dancer. I was trained like classical ballet, contemporary, so my posture was very upright.
Wow, okay.
So when I started street dancing, my teacher Dre was like, "God damn, you Stush, girl." And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just got good posture. Yeah. And then everyone started calling me Stush. So on the dance circuit, I was known as Stush. And then the name just stuck.
Okay.
It just worked out.
I didn't know that. Who were you at Brits with? Is there anyone that we might know that you were in school with?
I know. So Bashi was a few years younger than me. I was at Brit with like Ace and Viz were a year above me. I think. Janine, who used to basically run One Extra, she was my year. Like Gemma, there was loads of people. There was an amazing dancer who was my friend Tanisha. She used to dance for all of the like Kylie Minogue and everything. Unfortunately, she passed away. But T was amazing. I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but there's loads of people that were at Brit.
No, Brit must have been a vibe. I would have loved to have gone
Such a vibe, but especially when we were there.
I just don't have enough talent to go there. But okay, cool. So what have you been doing other than making music? I always like to ask, away from the music, what do artists do? So what do you get up to when you're not making music?
When I'm not making music, my number one thing is my jewelry line, Stushlery. So as you can see, I'm rocking my Stushlery. And I also have a bingo brunch with my good friend Tamara. We run our own bingo brunch called Full House. Okay, so where's that? That's actually in Brixton.
Okay, where?
Bricks.
Okay.
Yeah, Bricks in Brixton. So our next one's 26th of July. Okay. Got £500 up for grabs because it's our first year anniversary. So so I've been doing that. Those two things are, and then I'll do my working out like yoga, kettlebells, stuff like that.
Was that at home or do you?
No, I go to Balham. I train in Balham.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The jewelry line, interesting. I actually like those earrings. They're quite nice.
Thank you.
Where can people find them?
www.stushlery.com.
And how long have you been doing it for?
2011.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Prince's Trust Back Business, all of that kind of good stuff. Yeah. Listen,
Big stuff.
Multifaceted. You know?
What's that, Bob?
Like in this day and age, you got to be multifaceted. But I was just ahead of that. Yeah.
So when you're in your downtime, so you're not working out, you're not making jewelry. You design the jewelry as well.
Yeah.
Yep. You're not designing jewelry. You're just chilling. You're like, you know what? I don't want to think about lyrics or jewelry or anything. What is Stush doing?
It's so bad.
No.
Listen.
Everyone says, oh no, I'm always in the studio.
No, listen to this. I've got an addiction
okay,
to
good.
colouring in. Now, this is the thing. I've got every type of colouring.
Can I show you something?
Oh my goodness, it's bad, you know.
No, I don't have this, but one day I was really bored, right? Oh, I wasn't really bored, but I don't know. I just started fiddling with this phone, right? This is going to be this. Like, hold on a minute. Actually, you can even have this. So you're going to addiction to what? Colouring in.
Yes, but not an app. I actually get like books flown over from America. There's this amazing girl called Coco. She's got her own colouring in books, and it's of black women and black people that you can colour in.
So this is what I was doing one day in the office. I know you don't like it. One day I was just there.
Why are you colouring me in?
Because you know what? I don't know what I did. I done something. I don't know what I did.
You took my picture.
Yeah.
And why is my hair purple?
No, I don't know, because I was there and I was just like, I don't know what I did, honestly. But then your picture ended up black and white. And then I decided to colour. And then before I knew it, I had a picture of you coloured in, like
what? Could you at least like make the colours look, you know, like
they're
they're related to each other?
No, but
why have I got red lipstick and purple hair and a blue and green kind of jacket?
I didn't say I was any good, but I wasn't. None of this was deliberate. I was just there. You know, have you ever done something and you just do it?
I didn't even colour my sideburn in properly. Like, what is going on? Colour in the lines.
Here's the thing. I genuinely thought she'd be like, oh, this is so talented.
You know what? As I do mentoring as well, A for effort.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
What we can work on is like, you know, staying within the borders of, you know, the colouring.
Definitely making me feel like one of the special kids. Okay, cool. All right.
You try and colour in the lines, you know, shade it in a bit, and don't press so hard on the Crayola. It'd be great.
I actually thought you were going to actually like that. But okay, well, I'll take it back. But let's pretend I didn't show it to you.
Yeah, just take that back, man.
I actually thought that's really good. And the thing is, I wasn't even doing it with any intention. I was just doodling, and then before I knew it, I had that, and I thought, oh, that's a masterpiece, no? Okay, all right, fine, it's not.
Mate.
I can't believe it.
Thank you.
No, forget it.
Thank you for thinking of me in a time of desperation. Becoming a no, what that day.
I don't even know why I bother. You know what? You definitely don't like me, do you? I can tell.
This is why I weren't going to turn up, because of that.
Wow. Okay. So what is next for Stush? What's going on? It's the summer. Are we going to be catching you outside doing bits and pieces?
Yeah, I'm doing Boomtown in August. I'm going to be performing in Brixton, actually. You know Lady Like? She's got a show called
Is she
Little
still
Miss
making
Lady.
music?
Yeah, but she's also got a brilliant theatre show at the moment called Little Miss Lady.
Really?
Really good. She's amazing. I've seen her in it, and it's coming to Brixton, so I'll be doing their after party on the 11th as well, coincidentally.
Of July?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's that. And then I've got...
That's another person I think I upset, but go on.
Oh, why are you just out here upsetting people? And the funny thing is, you didn't even upset me. I need to go and find out how you... But anyway.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yes.
So yeah, Boomtown. Got my bingo brunch coming up 26th of July as well. I've been doing work with another amazing producer called Flavor D. We've got a release that should be coming out, but it will be it's pushed to October, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to be in studio with Gray doing some more bits, but for my own personal project. My dancehall stuff that I've always been working on and doing tunes. Going to be working on that. Anything else? Like I said, that new tune Tell Them Part 2 is out on the 11th.
Featuring who?
Clips. Clips is going to be on production. What else? You know when you know there's something.
But you're busy though, definitely you got a lot going on.
Definitely. Spoonie's got me booked in Halloween in Milton Keynes. Yeah man, I'm doing bits. I'm out here.
How was Barbican? I wanted to go.
Barbican was amazing.
I really wanted to go, and then I realised that I couldn't. But
Why?
Because I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd already booked a guest, and I couldn't turn it all around.
Barbican was good, you know.
Well, I bet it was as well.
Like, getting to see, and like, you've got people like Lucci Lou and Michi One, they were there this year, and I was just gassed because, you know, that's your childhood. General Levy smashed it, Stylo smashed it, Deneo, like everyone, Malika, and then you had Janet Kay and Carol Thompson. So it was a nice mixture of of artists, man.
Oh, well, I didn't get
it was a good vibe. Like, the orchestra had people on their feet. You need to come to the next one.
Well, I've got a whole year to wait, haven't I? But
we have to make... Well,
do they want to do one in the...
They didn't do one last year. The first one was the year before.
Okay. Well,
so, yeah.
Well, I'll try next one. I'll try and get... Where's... Anyway, I've got a bone to pick with Maurice anyway. So,
okay.
So, yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah. Take that with him.
Big up Maurice.
Big up Maurice every single time. So you said you're going to be in the studio with Gray.
Yeah.
Before we go, so you're going to do a live performance with us shortly. But
yeah.
Before we do that, let's find out a little bit more about how you and Grace got together. How you and Gray got together.
Yeah.
How did you and Gray get together?
That was Deneo.
Okay.
So Gray was working with Deneo. That was like, I think he's like Deneo's not younger, but you know, like a protege kind of thing. And I saw Deneo coincidentally at a Rampage show, and he came to me and he was like, "Sis, I want you to work with someone." And I was like, he goes, "But it's on a drum and bass tip." So I was like, okay, because like I said, people have been floating this idea to me anyway. And then I just met Deneo. He brought me to the studio, met Gray, and we just clicked. So it just happened from there, really.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So when you're working with him, because you said you're going to be working with him shortly, is it going to be like more of a drum and bass thing, or is it going to be varied?
We were talking about dancehall actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
doing a bit of dancehall. So yeah.
And so you're looking to release an EP?
Probably. Yeah. I'm not going to jump straight into an album. And I spoke to Deneo about that last week actually, and he was like, "Do you know what, Stush? Just get used to throwing out tunes again before you jump into a big project."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's actually true." So a couple EPs and that, and then just warms in.
How do you find it now? I asked someone else the other day. How do you find it now? The difference between how releasing music is now compared to how it was 10 years or so ago.
There's elements I like, and there's elements that we're working on, but I like that I'm more in control of stuff. I think, but when it comes to the whole social media aspect of stuff, which is more to do with, I suppose, marketing, I find it exhausting because it's like a whole other job.
Yeah,
so having to make music and then having to promote it, but then also having to be present on social media and come up with content, that is a whole job. So now my focus isn't as much on my artistry as, okay, I've got to do everything else. So that is probably what the record label would have done back in the day and taken that off of you. Now you're doing everything. Yeah.
But do you enjoy it?
I don't enjoy social media, no. I don't. I'm starting to, because like I've got a couple youngers around me who are like, "Stush, you have to do it," and they're showing me how to go about it. But I do find it, like I said, it's like forcing me to go and work in a coal mine. That's not what I want to do. Do you see what I mean?
If you weren't an artist, would you have social media?
No.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Do you know? And I'm very private, so I don't want people up in my business. And like I had to tell someone the other day, me and you aren't friends, you know?
Yeah.
Because you see me on social media, like, don't get it twisted. Like, we're not friends.
Yeah.
And that sounds harsh, but it's the truth. People be running up to you in the streets, like, I think, but I don't know, it's scary, like. And it's a scary place to be in. But also, anything that you've done, it doesn't count for anything if you haven't put on social media. And that is ridiculous. So imagine, I've done Glastonbury. 2008, but because social media weren't popping then, Stush ain't that. So so sometimes I sit there and the intrusive thoughts are trying to escape through any orifice, but I'm trying to hold it in. Because some people will come up to me and literally be telling me, you need to do festivals, you need to do it. And I'm looking at them like, listen, I was doing festivals before people thought it was cool. People from our demographic thought it was cool, and people were side-eyeing me for doing festivals. Now you lot are getting into festivals. Now you're coming to me talking about you need to be doing... Come out my face, man. Rude.
Just been there, done it. Bought the t-shirt.
10 years prior.
All right, cool. So we're going to get a live performance out of you. So you've got the 2 tunes that you've released, Y-Pre and Flex.
Yes.
So we're going to get a live performance of Flex from you.
Yeah.
This is going to be great because the last time you were in the studio with me, you refused to do anything. So this is going to be fantastic.
That is a lie.
Yeah,
You said that you wanted me to sing over Craig David. What? Am I a singer? I'm not a singer.
So okay, for the people that know, previously I had a game.
You see how things can get misconstrued.
I know, and I did it deliberately, but
right.
Yeah. But we had a game that we used to play, and it was called a karaoke type of game, and at random you had to pick a number, and then whatever song it is, you had to perform it. Everybody else performed this and played the game, apart from one Stush individual who remained nameless. The first time you did it, the second time you point blank said nope, not doing it. But it's fine because this time we're going to get a performance of your own song, and you're happy to do that, right?
Of course.
Okay.